Following the Gills home and away, this is the Gills365 Podcast.
Hi everyone and welcome once again to the Gills365 Podcast. On Saturday, Gillingham faced the sternest test of their promotion credentials against current table toppers Brentford at Griffin Park. Around 1,800 fans made the short trip to southwest London and played their part in a tense, tight encounter between two of the division's best teams. Here's how the match panned out.
Yes, Headley at Griffin Park. The half-time score is Brentford 1, Gillingham 0. Brentford shading the first half exchanges with lots of long ball football, very agricultural stuff, but it seems to just be giving them the edge over Gillingham. We've been a little bit lightweight in that first half. The goal, a free kick on the edge of the area, was in Royce's side of the goal. He really should have done a little bit better than that, but to be fair to the lad who scored a great strike right in the corner, and Royce was left flailing. The referee's been rather inconsistent. Well, he's been consistent enough. He's been giving most of the decisions one way, and it's been pointing in Brentford's direction for most of the first half. Funny enough, straight after the goal, Gillingham went right up the other end and put the ball in the back of the net within 30 seconds of the kick-off. But the referee decided that there was either a handball or a push in the build-up. I'm not quite sure why. Couldn't see much from this end of the ground, but the goal was chalked off. And Gillingham going at half-time, 1 goal down. Simeon Jackson, the only Gillingham player so far in the book, kicking the ball away, picking up a silly booking. But there's definitely something in this for Gillingham if they could just get the ball down and play it around a bit more. McCammon and Jackson a little bit too far apart at the moment, and they're not really getting enough interplay between the two of them. They're both very isolated. So hopefully in the second half we can get a few more bodies forward, start to dominate the midfield a little bit more, play the ball around and maybe create a chance or two, because I'm not convinced that the Brentford back four looks particularly strong. We've moved them around a little bit, we've created a couple of half chances, nothing really clear cut yet, but at half time the score is Brentford 1, Gillingham. We've got a little bit to do in the second half. 0.
Hi there, it's Spitty from a very wet now Griffin Park. Half time, Gillingham losing 1-0 to Brentford. I've got no idea why Brentford got awarded a free kick on the edge of the area, but they did. And unfortunately, we left a big hole in the wall. Royce was in the wrong part. Brentford player just smashed it into the top for them, right-hand top corner. No, Royce didn't even move, unfortunately. It's been a pretty dire game. We had instantly had a goal disallowed at the other end from Simeon Jackson. Unfortunately, it was the end opposite to us, so I've got no idea again why it was disallowed. Not perfectly good from where we were, but hey, there you go. That's the way the breaks go when you're struggling to get points. Other than that, it's been a pretty dire game, not an awful lot. And now it's only been highlighted by the fact that heavens have opened at half-time, and it is fleeting here. Still, I'm sure hopefully the second half will come better as the players are now coming out onto the pitch. The Brentford keeper is just coming to the goal. And as you may have heard, the Gillingham fans are letting him know what they think of him. Hopefully I'll have better news to report at full time, but at half time, Brentford 1, Gillingham 0.
58 minutes gone, Gillingham have got a penalty. Andy Bartram brought down by the big fullback. Simeon Jackson has put the ball down on the spot to take on Ben Hamer in the Brentford goal, right down in front of us. Jackson walks back. I'm not going to say any more, I'm just going to let the crowd tell you what happened. Here we go. Nowhere score at Griffin Park. Brentford 1, Gillingham 1. Gillingham completely dominating that second half, and to consider themselves a little bit unlucky not to be walking away from Griffin Park with all 3 points. They played superbly in that second period, showed some superb football, knocked the ball around. Andy Barker in particular was absolutely superb out on the left-hand side, caused all sorts of problems. Dennis Ollie came on, gave us a bit of fresh impetus towards the end, but the game finished really with Gillingham on the front foot and Brentford hanging on for the draw. There was one slightly scary moment right on the final whistle when an unbelievable volley from the edge of the box from Brentford whistled inches over the crossbar with Royce beaten. But really, Gillingham completely dominant in that second 45 minutes. A very, very well-earned point and a very tough place to come. And really, the overriding emotion is being very, very happy with a point, but also slightly disappointed that we didn't quite get the rub of the green and neck all 3 in the second half. But the final score from Griffin Park, as we applaud the Gillingham players off the pitch as they come to say thank you to the travelling fans, about 1,800 of them. The final score, Brentford 1, Gillingham 1.
Well, it's Fitty walking away from Griffin Park. Final score 1-1. And I have to say the second half, thankfully, was a lot better than the first half was. Before we had scored in penalties, talked about earlier, we did have one of the glorious chants when Barcher flipped on a trigger corner to McCann at the far post. He stooped ahead and unfortunately headed it just off post. Other than that, it was a pretty entertaining performance. I think Giro probably had a better second half, had a few chances. Brentford really with us from long-range shoot shots. But at the end of the day, 1-1, the goal get disallowed anyway. Pretty much a fair result, really. So onwards and upwards. I've an entertaining day, and a few beers. I'm going home now to have a nice sleep. See you later.
Hello, this is Katie. Just got home from Brentford. Good game today. We earned a point, I think. Both teams played well. First half, ball was in the air quite a lot. Royce made a good save, although I don't think he had really very much. I don't think either keeper had a lot to do. But Royce made a good save, a couple of punches away. Don't know how many shots on goal there were from either team, but there was a couple that weren't wide. McCammon in the first half went. I thought one had gone in, which hadn't. Jackson's penalty, my heart was in my mouth. I think both teams deserved the point. We're still up there, and it was a good match.
Most of Gillingham's promotion rivals also drew, but Bury's win elevated them above both Gillingham and Rochdale into second place, pushing the Gills out of the promotion places down into fourth. But the manner of the Gills' performance at Griffin Park means Mark Stimpson's side will go into their next match with plenty of confidence. That match is against Barnet, and it takes place this Saturday at Priestfield. If you go into that game, why not give us a call at half-time and full-time and share your views on the Gills. You don't have to be a Gills365 forum member to take part. If you go into the game and you've got a mobile phone, we'd love to hear from you. The number is 0208 123 3651 and calls cost standard rates. But if you've got inclusive minutes on your mobile phone, your call to the fan phone won't cost you a penny. A big thanks to Spitty and Katie for their calls this week. You heard their calls on this week's show, so why not join them and be part of the show next week? That's just about it from me this week. Thanks for listening, enjoy the game on Saturday, and I'll see you soon.
For the latest news, views and opinion on Gillingham FC, hit the net with Gills365.co.uk.